Welcome back to the Cognitive Athlete Podcast. I'm your host, Clint Ray, high performance coach, speaker, and author of The Cognitive Athlete. If you've been following along this season, firstly, great job. You're actually doing the work. Week 1, we slowed things down. Week 2, we protected your energy. And week 3, last week, we designed your next training block properly. And by now, you might be thinking, okay, things feel steadier, but my focus still isn't great. Maybe you sit down to do something important, and then 5 minutes later, you're checking emails or notifications. Maybe you feel calmer, but you don't feel as sharp. If that's you, you're not alone. That's a normal thing. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. This is week 4 of the 10-week cognitive training cycle. And this week, we rebuild focus properly. Not by forcing it, not by shaming yourself, but by training it. Let's dive into it. One of the most common things people say to me at this point in the training cycle is, I feel calmer, but my focus still isn't where it used to be. And usually that comes with a lot of self-judgment. People start saying things like, I'm more distracted than I used to be. My attention span is shot. Something has got to be wrong with me. Let me be really clear here. Nothing is wrong with you. If you've come off a period of sustained pressure, if you've been flat out for months, maybe even years, your brain has been overloaded. Reduced focus is a normal response. Focus just doesn't snap back because you've slowed down. It has to be retrained. Focus is a skill, not a trait. This is the reframe that matters today. Focus is not a personality trait. It's not something you either have or you don't have. The good thing is, focus is a trainable skill. And like any skill, it degrades under constant strain and pressure. When cognitive load is high for long periods, attention fragments, task switching increases, and that deep work, the depth to your work disappears. Your brain adapts by scanning instead of concentrating. That's not a weakness, that's a survival instinct. The mistake most people make is trying to force focus back. They try to force longer hours, more caffeine, or harder self-talk. That doesn't rebuild focus, it actually exhausts it. And that's why structure comes before focus. This is why episodes 1 to 3 matter so much right now. You can't train focus in chaos. Focus actually improves when your pace is controlled, your energy is protected, and you have some structure to your year, your month, your week, and your day. Now that those foundations are in place, your brain is finally in a position to relearn depth. But it needs the right stimulus, not pressure, but practice. Here is another trap that people fall into. They think rebuilding focus means concentrating for longer. It doesn't. It means concentrating more cleanly, even for short periods. Depth comes before duration. In cognitive training, we always start with fewer distractions, shorter windows, and clearer intent. Once depth returns, time will naturally follow. Trying to jump straight to long, uninterrupted stretches usually fails. So let's simplify this. If your focus feels off right now, it's not because you've lost your edge. It's because your brain has been under load for such a long time. When pressure stays high, attention fragments. You get good at reacting, not concentrating. And focus doesn't magically return just because you slow down. It has to be rebuilt. Not with longer hours, not with more caffeine, not with self-criticism, but with short, deliberate periods of clean attention. You're not trying to become some superhuman this week. You're just retraining depth All that deep work. That's it. Now, let's make this super practical with some action steps for you. Action number 1. I want you to create one daily focus window. Just one. A 10 to 15 minute window each day where notifications are off, your emails are closed, meetings are blocked, you schedule that time in your diary so nobody can take that time away from you. This is not your whole day. It's just a focused training session. Treat it like going to the gym. Show up, you train, you do the work, and then you leave. Action number 2. I want you to define the task before you start. Before you begin this focus window, answer this one question. What does good look like at the end of this block? Whether it's one task, one outcome, it's not a list of things. It's clarity. And this clarity will actually protect your focus and stop you multitasking or switch tasking. An example could be to finish the executive summary of a report that you need to submit for the next week. Or it could be to contact 5 current clients. It's up to you, but it needs to be very clear from the start. Action step number 3. Stop at the first sign of any drift. This is really important. When your attention starts to slide or starts to stop or you get distracted, don't push through. End the session deliberately. Why, you ask? Because you're training for clean attention, not endurance yet. Stopping early actually preserves the quality and builds trust within your brain. Here's an important rule for this week. Do not judge your focus. Do not measure your productivity. This week, all it is about re-establishing your depth, not your output. If focus feels fragile, then you're doing the right thing. Okay, lots said. Let's bring this all together. We've looked at the previous weeks. Week 1, we stabilized your pace. Week 2, we protected your energy. Week 3, we designed the structure. And this week, we have rebuilt your focus. You're not trying to be some superhuman. You're retraining your cognitive system step by step. Next week, week 5, we tackle your routines. Not perfect morning routines, not social media nonsense, but what is your MVP, minimum viable product? What's your routine that fits real life and protects the gains that you've made so far? That's it. If today's episode has helped, hit follow, subscribe, or leave a quick review. It genuinely helps this podcast reach the people who need it the most. And if you want to go deeper, The Cognitive Athlete is out now in all bookshops and online. You can also head to the website, thecognitiveathlete.com.au, for more free tools and resources. Thanks for listening. And remember, focus isn't something you find, it's something you train. See you next time.